Welcome everyone, today we are reviewing the Merrell Vaporfly 4s. These are a pair of barefoot shoes. They may not look like it. You're probably thinking of Vibram, some five-finger strange alien shoes when you think of barefoot shoes. But these are also barefoot shoes. They look somewhat normal, except for the very thin sole here and the wider than average forefoot area. So let's go through the shoe back to front. So from the back we have the Merrell logo and the very thin sole here, and everything's glued together. You can see on the bottom we have little triangles up here and then more like square thingies down here. It uses Vibram soles, so a lot of barefoot shoes do use soles from Vibram, even though they don't have the 5 fingers here. And just look at how stretchy this is. Like, I can twist it 180 and then twist it and fold it again and it goes back to normal. So this is super flexible. It gives you no support and 0 drop. So for this shoe I recommend road running or just walking around town. I actually don't recommend just jumping into barefoot running. You should get a pair and just start walking in them before you start to run, because a lot of times the foot muscles aren't that developed yet, especially if you walk around in shoes your whole life and you never take your shoes off except for when you go to sleep. Personally, I don't wear shoes in the house. I'm not walking a lot of distance around my house, obviously, so the transition was a little rough. I tried jumping straight into barefoot shoes and I got a lot of injuries, and so I kind of ramped it up slowly and that was a lot better. But even now I can only run up to a 5K, so 3 miles in a pair of shoes like these, whereas in a pair of normal running shoes I've run anywhere from a 5K to a 50K. So support does make a big difference, especially on longer trails and races. So inside the shoe you have a non-removable sole. It seems like they glued it in here. I can't take it out. The mesh here is pretty breathable and as flexible as the rest of the shoe. Shoelaces are pretty decent. They're the flat type, so my laces never come undone and they're not too hard to adjust. If you tie it tightly, then it becomes basically like an oversized sock that's really thick on your foot. I have tried taking these on trails and on rocky areas and I don't recommend them. It really hurts, especially on rocky areas. I climbed like 3,000 foot mountain on this and it was really painful the entire way up and the entire way down. The way down hurts even more because every rock just pokes through here. Like, look at this. Every rock, you feel every single rock through your sole here, compared to trail shoes like the Ultra Lone Peak 4, which I also have. I have another review, I'll link it over there, and that actually has a rock plate in it. So it's a piece of plastic that goes inside the sole, between the insole and like somewhere inside the sole. Yeah, and that protects you from a lot of the sharper rocks. This gives 0 protection. Comparing it to the Vibram KSOs, however, it's actually a lot more protection than these. These are even more minimal. The mesh on top of these Vibrams are even thinner, and the thinnest part is right here. This is like super thin rubber. A needle could probably go through this, so don't wear this into San Francisco. Yeah, the upside of this is that it's super breathable. Like, this cloth is like 1 layer, so super thin and dries really fast. Also Vibram. This whole shoe is Vibram. This one's Merrell. And yeah, that's my quick review on the Merrell Vaporfly 4s. They're holding up fairly well. None of the glue has come apart. And the sole is the only thing that doesn't seem to last too long, because I haven't run much and yet the rubber compound's wearing down already, especially there. Alright, hope you enjoyed watching this quick review of my barefoot shoe collection, and I'll catch you next time.